Do I believe that the game needs to go over the top with a bunch of meter mechanics and a bunch of flashy stuff to be good? No. Do I believe that the game needs something in order to appeal to people that don't just want to watch a bunch of fighting game characters do a bunch of shit we can go outside and do in our fucking backyard? Yes. I know it's been a while since we've done some Virtua Fighter content here on the channel. However, I really feel like we're going to be getting some kind of announcement for this game soon. But if you guys follow any FGC news at all, you probably have heard that Virtua Fighter 6 has kind of been in the works for some time now. There's this person named Midori that keeps coming out with this crazy information relating to Sega titles that have not been put out publicly by Sega yet. More recently, Midori put a bunch of tweets on Twitter talking about how there's supposed to be a new Virtua Fighter entry, and how also within that entry there's supposed to be a bunch of new gameplay changes, a really big emphasis on the online ranking structure, and a bunch of other new crazy stuff that's supposed to be coming to Virtua Fighter. With that said, I once again want to reiterate that this stuff has not been officially confirmed by Sega. However, based on Midori's track record, I'm going to have to say that this stuff is probably more than likely true. Now, if you guys did not see my last video talking about the new Virtua Fighter game that I believe is going to be coming out, make sure you guys go check out the new video. I'm going to post a link for it right here. And also, I'll leave a link to the video pinned as well. Apparently, the game is supposed to be a reboot of the Virtua Fighter series in development by current Virtua Fighter staff. It's a title releasing on all major platforms with crossplay and rollback. Streaming and speculating implementation is an important part of this title and super game concept. Apparently, Sega is developing Virtua Fighter as a modern competitor to Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 with concepts and mechanics similar to other recent fighting games, although Midori doesn't say what. So with that said, we can probably come to expect some kind of modern controls, some kind of crazy over-the-top glare, bright, super annoying electronic effects all over the place. That's usually what a lot of these fighting games are going for nowadays. And also some kind of over-the-top meter mechanic. Now, if you guys have not noticed, within the last, I'd say 7 or 8 years or so, most games nowadays are transitioning to becoming more beginner-friendly. They're going to make fighting games more beginner-friendly because we all know as fighting game players how difficult they are to learn. Even as one of the most niche genres of games out there, fighting games are definitely among some of the most difficult games to master for sure. People that are developing these games sort of like, how can we sell our games to more people that are not really trying to put that work in to be as good as the person who can put 10,000 hours in the game to get good at it? They said, let's implement modern controls. Let's implement some kind of meter system in our games now, something that was never there before. For example, you have Tekken, you have the newest entry of Tekken has meter in it now for the first time across the entire cast. If you guys missed out on DOA 6, you'll notice that DOA 6 was also the first DOA game to incorporate meter as well. You can kind of see where I'm going with this, and also why I'm taking these tweets to heart and understanding that this is probably where Virtua Fighter is going to end up going. Will it be for better or for worse? We won't know until the game comes out or we get to see what it's like. With that said, make sure you guys head over to the official Reigns brand official storefront over at WRbuilds.ca. Definitely getting really cold outside, so make sure you guys cop these hoodies. They're all custom made. Check this stuff out. I appreciate you guys. Now listen, Virtua Fighter needs something. It needs a splash of water. I feel like Virtua Fighter has been the same for the entire time that it's been in existence. This is a problem for me, especially when you look at all these other games and how they've evolved. There's no way you can put out a game as charming as it is, having the same voiceover sound effects as the first fucking entry in the game series. You can't do that. The game needs a new coat of paint 100%, there's no doubt about it. Even me as a Virtua Fighter player, the game needs some kind of work. Do I believe that the game needs to go over the top with a bunch of meter mechanics and a bunch of flashy stuff to be good? No. Do I believe that the game needs something in order to appeal to people that don't just want to watch a bunch of fighting game characters do a bunch of shit we can go outside and do in our fucking backyard? Yes. Please just don't overdo it. You really can't expect a game like Virtua Fighter to do well in today's day and age when you have games like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 out. So how do you compete? You really can't unless your goal is to exist, rather. And what I mean by that is, look at the games that are going toe-to-toe right now. In my opinion, it's really Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. They all have some very similar concepts in mind, if you understand what I'm saying. So maybe being the odd one out is not the key here. Do I think that doing something refreshingly different is awesome? Absolutely. The thing about Virtua Fighter, especially being someone who's played the game and really has enjoyed it and put probably about 1,000 hours into Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown and Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, I understand the game's mechanics at their core. So because of that, I understand why overdoing the game could probably ruin the game as far as why people love Virtua Fighter in the first place. People love Virtua Fighter because it's simple. They love Virtua Fighter because it's Either you're going to be better than me this round and nothing's going to help you, or you're going to lose. That's the way Virtua Fighter is. You have a lot of games that have these crazy comeback mechanics. Tekken 8, perfect example. Someone can pop heat and literally come back with no fucking life at all. Dead or Alive 6, you have the break hold and the break blow. Stuff that can really be used to change the entire dynamic of the round, or an entire set. I do think that the game has a lot of potential where it is, but it definitely needs some kind of work in order to appeal to a broader audience. And at the end of the day, they can go ahead and release Virtua Fighter 6 for the same 100 people that are going to keep fucking playing it, or they can take a chance and do something that could really revive the game forever, or put it where it's going to be in the first place if they don't do something different, which is really nowhere because Virtua Fighter's in the same boat as DOA is pretty much, and it's dead. So yeah, nobody wants to be there. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave your boy a like, a comment, and subscribe. Definitely leave your thoughts on this topic. I appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting. Catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, stay loved. See y'all soon, man.